Hello my darlings, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maggie and I hope you're doing amazingly. Today we're going to talk about learning, and I'm going to specifically dive into the mindset of learning and why I believe that you can learn anything you set your mind to. Now, throughout this year, I've started this YouTube channel as well as done multiple courses on video editing, After Effects, and a few other topics related to IT and technology. And honestly, I have had this judgment always of learning as something uncomfortable, something that I'm not very good at. And I think this also comes from me going to school. I think we all have this thing where we've gone to school and we've hated the subject. It felt boring to do. It felt uncomfortable. And we forgot a lot of the things because they weren't interesting to us. But now as an adult, I think I have a different perspective on what learning is and how to approach it as an adult. A lot of people believe that to learn something, you have to have a talent for it. And yes, we all know this very talented singer or this person that's really talented at mathematics and they're doing amazing and they're a genius at it. But I think for most of the things, talent doesn't really matter. Yes, it helps to have it, but if you don't work hard, talent means nothing. I know some excellent communicators who are so good at speaking with other people, but they do not use this talent they have to grow it, to learn something from it, to develop it. They just, go out there, talk with people, but they don't really use this talent to their advantage. And I think a lot of the things we do, we have to use all the unfair advantages that we have. Now, me, I don't think I've ever had any particular talent at public speaking, but when I started this YouTube channel earlier this year, I went in with the thought that I'm going to improve public speaking. Whatever happens with this channel, I'm going to keep going because one of my goals is to improve how I talk to you, how I communicate, and how I relay my messages to you. But I don't think I've got the talent for it. Either way, it doesn't really matter because what I'm doing here is I'm putting in the work, I'm putting in the practice. Also, when I'm not on camera, I'm trying to talk to more people, I'm trying to touch on different subjects in which I might not be comfortable speaking about. But the point is, I don't think you need to have specifically a talent towards something. You might not have a talent for piano, but the person who has talent and isn't practicing it, then they're not really improving. But even if you don't have that talent, if you keep showing up, if you keep putting in the hard work, the consistency overall, because I think consistency is one of the most important things, because that is when you gain momentum. You go on with the little steps, the baby steps each day, trying to learn something new, trying to improve. And as you take these baby steps, you're going to gain momentum. I heard this online once. I cannot remember who it was from. But basically, when a rocket takes off, it doesn't stop in the middle. It has to gain momentum, so it has to keep going. This is how learning works as well. You have to gain that momentum, that consistency. You have to have that discipline. There is also a lot of limiting beliefs that we have regarding learning, like we're not good at it. If you're cutting off your wings before you even try, then you're basically setting yourself up for failure. Now, for a lot of the things we learn, the beginning is always going to be hard, and we need to be prepared for it. Always, when you're building a house, the foundation is the most important thing, and it's probably one of the hardest things to do. But with a proper foundation, then you're going to be able to construct on top of it, to learn new skills on top of that foundation that you have. In arts, when you're learning to draw, you're not going to go into the finer details first. You're going to have to learn the basics, how to draw a circle, how to draw a square, what shapes is a figure composed of. You need to have all of this knowledge of these things that might seem not so important, but they are the thing that makes the whole knowledge valuable. Now, as you're learning, you're going to encounter issues, you're going to encounter roadblocks. You need to have the willpower to work towards overcoming them. You need to go past this thinking of what if there is a difficult part and I can't get through it. You're still going to have to try. Willpower is a muscle and you'll need to learn to cultivate it and grow it. One more thing relating to willpower is that you actually need to show up. It doesn't matter if you have all the talent in the world, like I said. If you don't show up, if you don't put in the work, if you don't practice regularly, then you're never going to get good at it. It is what it is. It's how the things work. When you show consistency, when you show up, when you put in the work and the hours every single day, it's going to pay off. You're going to learn whatever skill you want to learn. It is really, really important to have the right mindset when learning something new. You need to have the humility to not act entitled as soon as you've learned something new, but you also need to have a certain type of confidence. You need to have the confidence that you have the potential and you have the ability to learn something new if you choose to do so. You have as much potential as the next person. You need to trust yourself. Trust that everything is going to come to you at the right time and you're going to have all the knowledge you need to have at that very moment. This is what I wanted to share with you. I wanted to share with you that you need to keep going forward. You can learn anything you want to as long as you set your mind to it and you put in the work. I believe in you. I know that you can do it, just like I did. And I encourage you to always keep going forward. I appreciate your time as always, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.